Welcome to the Long Run. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christine.
What are we doing today?
Today we're going to tell you 7 little things that are keeping you broke.
That's right. Let's do it.
All right. Y'all might be surprised to know that we are not going to talk about coffee. That's right.
What?
All right. So let's talk about what we actually are going to say.
All right. Let's see. Number 1 is budget. If you're not budgeting, it could be one of the reasons that's one of the things that's keeping you broke. Give every dollar a job, whether it's putting it in savings or putting it in a sinking fund or putting it in your grocery budget or whatever. Give every dollar a job so that you know where every dollar that you spend is going. Because if you don't, you might be overspending on things that you don't realize that you're overspending on.
Mm-hmm. We personally like using the YNAB app.
Yep.
We have a link down in our description in every video of the YNAB app because that's the one that we prefer. But there are a lot of other ones, and you can also do Excel sheets or Google Sheets to make up your budget yourself. So, you know, there's tons of videos that show how to set up a budget. So, you know, just look around, find the method that works for you. But not having a budget is huge.
Yep.
All right, and our second one is debt. And you may be thinking, well, that's an obvious one. But it is an obvious one, but it is true that holding on to debt and paying someone else to hold the, debt over you is causing you money in the form of interest. And so whatever you need to do to get out of debt, let's make that decision today if you haven't already, and let's get rid of those debts because they're holding you back.
All right, number 3, bank fees. Now, this could be in the form of monthly service charges on your account, things like that. You want to find a bank that has no fees or only requires fees, only requires a few direct deposits, and they'll waive the service charge. That's what we do with the bank that we use, and a lot of banks are doing that now for your accounts. Is that if you have a certain amount in direct deposits during the month, then they'll waive the service fee for the month. So that may be something you want to check into. If you're paying a service fee every month on your checking account, then look into that and see if they'll waive that if you do direct deposit.
All right, and our next one is late fees. If you are letting it go to the point that you have to pay a late fee on your bill, those late fees can add up. So we highly suggest that you pay your bills when they're due. Don't procrastinate on doing that.
Yep.
If you're like us, we have found that we just like having ours set up on automatic payment so that we're never late.
Yep.
We always get the statement. We can check and see if there's anything on there that we don't agree with, and we can correct that. But we would rather it be on time than, oh, we got busy or we were doing this or that or we were on vacation or whatever and it totally slipped our mind, and all of a sudden we're paying an extra, I don't even know what late fees are anymore. I remember back in the day it was like $7, and even that was a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing it's a lot.
Yeah, it's $35 to $40 now.
Yeah.
So at least.
I figured, see, that's how we don't do that anymore. We have not let things go into late fees in a really long time. Now, I will tell you that if you accidentally let something go into a late fee, and it's something you rarely ever do, call the company and say, like something came up, we had an emergency, or we were gone, or it just slipped my mind this one time, and see if they will waive it because you've been a good customer. Just don't lie about why you were late. But there's a chance they may waive that, like as a courtesy for a one-time thing if you have been a loyal customer. Yeah, you don't want to let that become a habit because those $35 and $40 add up pretty quickly. Something that was a little thing all of a sudden becomes a massive amount. And if you did that with a lot of bills in 1 month, that would, yeah. And also, just as a little side note, there is always a possibility that if you pay your bills earlier than expected, they might give you a discount. I used to be a financial secretary, and I would pay the water bill earlier than I had to, and they took off like $2 or $3 every month because I kept paying it earlier than the bill was actually due. And so, if you think about it, with a water bill, $2 is pretty good discount. So it never hurts to pay your bill early and see maybe you get a little discount.
You never know.
You never know.
Make people tell you no.
That's right.
Number 5 is going to be subscription fees. If you have magazines that come to your mailbox that you never read and you throw away, you might need to check your subscription fees. If you have streaming services that you never or rarely watch, you might want to check your subscription fees. All of those little things add up over time. You can always check your bank statements and see what your subscription fees are. If you don't know what they are, sometimes we don't even know what they are. But if you have things, and a lot of the streaming services like Netflix and Paramount Plus and Peacock and all those things, if you set, or Disney Plus, all those things, if you start the streaming subscription and you decide you don't want it for a time, you can turn it off, and then you can go back and turn it back on at any time, and it doesn't count against you. So if there's a favorite show, if you only have like a favorite show that you want to watch on Netflix, and it's going to take 3 years before they come back with another season, turn it off for 3 years if you're not going to watch it, and then turn it back on when the new season of your show comes back on.
Hello, Stranger Things fans.
That's right. We're looking at you, Netflix. And so, check those things. If there are things that you aren't using, go ahead and cancel those subscription fees.
All right, and our 6th one is this quote: "It's only $6. It's only $5." And if you have budgeted for something and you have the money sitting there to use it, you can use it without guilt. And you can say, it's only $6. I have budgeted for it. It's in my budget. The problem comes in is when we don't have it budgeted for and we say the words, it's only $6, it's only $7. Those do add up. So, and because it's not inside your budget, it's going to cause you to go over. You might go into overdraft. You might be having to take it from somewhere else. You might have to go, I spent $7 here that I didn't need to spend, but I said it's only $7, and now I'm going to have to take it from my grocery budget. So you don't want to have to take it from somewhere where you really need it. So that's, again, where that budgeting comes in, but also just using that terminology puts you in a vulnerable place. Saying I have to have, must have, and it's only blah, 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 is going to cost you money in the long run if you have not budgeted for those expenses.
Hey, I see what you did there. Number 7. The number 7 thing that might be keeping you broke is you don't make meal plans or grocery lists. Just going in the store and grabbing random things that sound good is going to cost you extra every time. And sometimes you're going to wind up throwing things away that you don't use. And then sometimes you're going to get home and realize you forgot an ingredient that you need for a recipe. We've done that before. Even we make a list every time, and we sometimes still forget some things from time to time. Then you go back to buy that particular ingredient, and you wind up buying more things than you had planned to buy, and you end up wasting food because you didn't have a plan. Now, that can really add up, especially with your grocery budget and things. And with food prices right now, it'll definitely add up. And if you make a plan and make a list, it'll save you money in the long run.
That's right. So that is just 7 little things that can add up, like bank fees, interest, and other random waste of money type of situations.
That's right. So tell us some things in the comments below that you think are little things that people don't realize that add up fast. It could be keeping us broke and could be costing us money. Drop those in the comments below. We'd love to hear it. But that's going to do it today. We're going to put a video right up here that you can click after we say the thing we always say. That's going to do it today for the long run. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
Don't forget the long run. Give yourself a little grace.
Bye.